What's your favorite question to ask someone to get to know them better? What color is your toothbrush? What's your go-to way to relax/unwind? What is the quality you value the most in a person? The quality they pick is the quality they never got to feel from other people, and the quality they dislike is the quality they have that they are most insecure about. Where were you on Jan 6th? What's your sign? After this last year it'll probably be, how do you feel about masks and vaccinations during a pandemic? What's a new thing you have recently discovered about yourself? Do you wipe while sitting down or standing? What movie/band/food do you really hate? I just creep up from behind, that's right, and ask you what your interests are, who you be with, things that make you smile, what numbers to dial, you gon' be here for a while. I'm gon' go call my crew, you go call your crew. What superpower they would have if they could? Wad, fold or crinkle? How's life if they say I don't know, then ask them what is happening in their life. Are you okay? If yes, are you sure? If yes, all cool. If no, what's wrong? Or do you wanna talk about it? Being open to help says a lot about someone. Where are your tools? Would you rather drink 1 measuring cup's worth of the liquid oozing from a garbage bag on a hot summer's day, or sit down on a couch by the side of the road after it's been raining, put your hand between the cushions, and eat the first thing you touch? It sounds like an absurd gross-out question, and it is, but it has 2 key purposes. 1. It'll tell you how willing to go along with a goofy hypothetical people are, and 2. It'll tell you how much of a risk taker someone is. Obviously the cup of garbage ooze is disgusting, but it's an appealing choice for the risk adverse since you know exactly what you're getting into, whereas the couch is high variance, with the spectrum going from a random but still wrapped hard candy to it's a dead/living rat. You smoke weed? Do you like stuff? What are your thoughts on the state of zoning laws? Dog or cat? I don't know if this one has been said, but if you could teleport yourself to any fictional universe, which one would you love to go to? What color underwear they have on? What do you do for fun? What do you want more of? Can get answered easily with money or booze, and they would end the question. But they can also say something more interesting that you could spin off of. Are you happy? What's your deepest, darkest fear? If they can't think of something, it helps to share your own. I, for example, am scared that I'm actually insane and everyone else is just pretending that I'm not. What are you obsessed with right now? What scar they have for the stupidest/most bizarre reason? You get some good stories. How are you? What is something really weird or unusual that you really enjoy? My answer, I love crying. I love listening to really sad music. Sometimes, a good cry is worth more than 10 big smiles, tired face, crying face, smiley face. If they watch the same shows BC, then we can conversation over it, and it's really fascinating to see other people's views. If you could, what 3 things would you teach/implement/enforce to everyone around you? Tilda gives idea about how do they think and what they really like and don't like. If your house was on fire, what would you take? Granny weather wax. Well, works for someone you know a little bit already, but we have had some fun conversations of top 3 historical figures you want to bang. If you could only listen to one song for the rest of your life, what would it be? If you had to kill someone in a memorable/signature way, how would you do it? Mine is to superglue their hands to their face like they're screaming Home Alone style, and then hang them with piano wire off a bridge so they wash up somewhere holding their head. If you could spend an entire day with 5 celebrities, who would they be? If you could go somewhere for 1 week for free, where would you go? Let's imagine we're embarking on a road trip. What is the first song that you play to set the mood for this adventure? You like jazz? What is being open-minded for you? What do people tend to misunderstand about you? At work, what would your ideal day look like? What made you smile today? How do you eat Twizzlers? How many people have you slept with? Gummy bears or worms? What color? If you could have a button on your body that nobody but you could press, and you can't accidentally press it or anything, you have to want to press it, and when you press that button it makes you projectile vomit, would you want that button on your body or not? I'm not very entertained by people who say no, honestly. The people who say yes always have very personalized reasons why they want the button on their body. What's the first historical event you remember learning about? Mine was Princess Diana getting killed. When's your birthday? What time were you born in? What have you been doing to improve yourself during the pandemic? Recruiters everywhere. Let's imagine we're embarking on a road trip. What is the first song that you play to set the mood for this adventure? What's your address? What's your least favorite flavor of ice cream? Do you like video games? Do you believe in fate? Tells you a lot of whether the person is primarily cynical about life or still believes in dreams. I don't need to ask any questions. I can tell everything I need to know about a person just by looking at their shoes. What's your passion? Alternatively, what keeps you busy? Because I don't mind if people want to talk about work if that's the main thing on their mind, but it also gives people an option to talk about their hobbies. Describe the makeup of your favorite taco. I love it, cause I've gotten wildly different answers. Where do you see yourself in the next 5 years? What so you like about this company? If we had 3 sponsors, what would they be? One of my favorites with new students is, what would be your superpower and how would you use it? I like to ask people what their favorite movie is. Tells me what they value. Coffee or tea? I don't know why, but it always open up a good conversation. Do you have any phobias? What their views are on controversial food questions. Is a hot dog a sandwich? A lasagna a casserole? Is a pizza an actual pie? What's the correct assembly order for a burger? Is cereal a soup? 100 duck-size horses or 1 horse-size duck? What's your favorite question to ask someone to get to know them better? What are you passionate about? You can get a good read on people based on their tastes in music. Top or bottom? Do you have kids? If they have kids, it's like 100 years of understanding passes between us in like a half-second lol. Which color Gatorade is your favorite? Tell me something funny about yourself. Favorite dinosaur? You would be surprised how many people also say Ankylosaurus and Troodon, or feel very passionately about their own favorites. 1. What's the last thing you let someone teach you? 2. What's the last thing you taught yourself? 3. What are your hobbies and who do you hang with to do your hobbies? What do? Generally I just ask, what's your story? It leaves them open to answering with something that's really on their mind or something that's important from their past. Greater than why does the Mona Lisa smile? People usually come up with unique answers. And can be telling about their personality. If they try and make a joke. If they try to be introspective. If it's about art or culture. Maybe surreal, there is no picture. What do you do for living and how do you feel about your work? What's your story? Who would win in a fight, a taco or a hot dog? What are your top 3 favorite movies? I usually ask them what kind of music they listen to or who their favorite artist is. Fantastic conversation starter. What's your favorite marinade? What do you like to do for fun? What the first song they remember is? What's your story? What's your favorite show of all time, and what are you currently watching, TV, movies, etc.? What did you imagine the monster under your bed as? Or, you know, in the basement, or closet, or wherever you thought the monsters lived? Tummy sticks? If you could have dinner with anyone living or dead, who would it be? Pineapple on pizza? Answer me. What do you do for fun? I like asking this to people who I've just met instead of asking what they do for a job. It catches people off guard, expecting to be asked the job question. What is the most boring thing about you? Politics. Really? I don't mind, within reason, if someone has different views from mine. In fact, I love hearing others' viewpoints. It also gives great insight to the kind of person they are if they can discuss their views, as well as different views, respectfully. Same often goes for religion. After that, what's your favorite dinosaur? When I said Brontosaurus, he tried to mock me by saying they didn't exist and were actually called Apatosaurus and that he would know since he had a background in geology. Naturally, I mocked him in return since he didn't know that more recent research showed that they really are two separate species.